Coach, you haven't been home in quite a while. How good is it to be playing at CenturyLink Field tomorrow?
It'll be great. It's always nice to come home.
Does it seem like a long time? Steph just mentioned it was a long time between matches. You had a full week to prepare for Vancouver. Your thoughts on this week's training?
Well, then, yeah, the week has been good. It's a productive week, but then we got a short week next week. So it's MLS. It's just the way it is. Got to deal with it. But this week was a good week of training.
When the team brought Magnus here in January, they obviously had some expectations for him, paid him a decent amount of money to do it. What are some of the things that maybe you didn't see that you expected to see from him that led to him only starting in 6 games?
Well, I mean, what I'd say about Magnus is, you know, he was a good pro, did what we asked. Maybe it wasn't the right fit, style of play. You know, there were some things that you know, all the team was struggling at that time, and maybe he could have done better to help out. But, you know, the long-term future of the club, I think there was a decision that we needed to move on, you know, opening up an international spot for someone who we felt might not fit the long-term plan. It actually helped him a little bit because he's able to now in this transfer window go back and, you know, explore options. So, you know, it didn't work out. It's too bad. He was a nice guy. But that's sometimes just the way it is.
When you say it wasn't as much of a fit, what are you talking about exactly?
Well, I think, you know, when you look at Magnus, you know, when he was playing at Molde, he would get the ball and he'd have runners going in front of him and he'd be able to deliver balls. You know, once we lost Jordan, we didn't really have that. We were all playing kind of into feet, into front, and we already have a lot of guys that play like that. So, you know, it just. You know, he just couldn't get him on the field with the right combination of players.
Would you say there was ever a lack of effort in any way by the player?
No. I mean, he had a couple of niggly injuries here or there, but other than that, his effort and aptitude was fine.
Do you ever look at a situation like that and think, what could I have done differently to fit him better, or was it just not a good fit?
Yeah, I look at that all the time. I look at that with Alex Roldan. I look at that with Shea Adekoya. I look at Henry Wingo, Magnus, some of the other players that we've had. You know, it's always reflection, self-reflection is always important if you want to grow as a coach, as a human being.
What are the problems that Vancouver pose to defend against them?
Well, you know, Carl's got a pretty distinct style. I mean, they like to defend well and counter. Kamara's obviously very, very good in the air. They got a couple other tall guys in the back line, so set pieces, their counter-attacking style. And then, you know, young Alphonso Davies, they got some guys that can break you down on the dribble, so it'll be a challenging matchup for sure.
Is there someone waiting in the wings right now to replace Magnus?
Well, I'll let Chris speak to that a little bit. I mean, we have targets, they have targets. It's a constantly evolving list, but I would say that we are not finished yet as far as signing additional players. So, that answer your question?
You mentioned Alex and Henry Wingo just now. What's their status right now?
Available for selection. They're getting some games at us too. So, you know, they're just, again, I think the question was, do I reflect back on how I can make, you know, the player maximize his potential within the squad. I reflect on that all the time, not just the guys that leave, but the guys that are here in the club. That's what I feel my job is.
New had maybe a wrapped wrist. Is he okay?
He's a tough kid.
Speaking of new signings, Raúl Ruidíaz should get some minutes tomorrow. A, what should the crowd expect at CenturyLink Field? And then B, as a coach, as a fan of soccer, are you excited to watch him out on the pitch?
Yeah, good finisher, very clean, very good. You know, the fans will be happy. I don't want to put too much expectations on him because this is a team sport. You know, it's challenging to come in right away and, you know, assimilate only after 4, maybe 5 training days. But, you know, he's a talented player and he will score some goals for us.
And with him and other people returning, you notice a difference in intensity at training this week?
Yeah, training's been good. Like I said, it's been good. Not just the work we were able to accomplish, but the spirit of the group has been good.
last year, or up until this year, CenturyLink Field had been a pretty good fortress under your guidance. It has not really been that way this year. Is there anything that you have seen that's different? Is there something that that's controllable on your guys' end that can be fixed, essentially?
Jeremiah, I wish I knew the answer to that question, number one. Very astute question. We've kind of gone over everything that we've done, starting already in preseason. And, preseason, was that good enough? Did we do the right things? Were there distractions? Jordy's injuries? All of that stuff we went over. I still don't have the answer. I think when you watch our team play, most notably against the game against Portland, I mean, they played hard. They played hard. They never quit. They keep going. The fans get them motivated to play. I think all of that is the same. But, whether it's the players on the field, the quality, the injuries, the World Cup, for some odd reason, we've been a little dysfunctional. And so we're obviously trying to address that in a hurry, because we understand that if we can't win our home games, then we'll be in a world of hurt.